In 2015, my dad applied for a job transfer with his job with the US government to Cambridgeshire, and he got it. So my family moved here in July of 2016 when I was a senior in high school, finishing off. So I was looking at kind of what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go. And I found that the University of Hull had a Introduction to Health and Social Care certificate, which would get me the credits I need to be a nurse, but allow me to be part-time and kind of have a soft introduction to it. Helps me blossom into a young person that can kind of do what they want and go where they want to go, but still have a nice structure of a good university. So I took that opportunity, which took me a year, and I finished that in 2018, and then I started on the September 2018 cohort of adult nursing. I love it here. I mean, through the certificate, I got to make a lot of friends, and I met all of the nursing lecturers, and there's people that were on the certificate that I still go to class with every day. And I lived in university accommodation and met some of my lifelong best friends that I still live with now. So this university is kind of a typical British university. You come for a tour and you're told where the nearest pubs and clubs are. These are our lecture theaters, here's where you can live. That's really what it's about. We have a good student life, we have a good academia life, and we have good clubs. So I have friends through clubs that will support me in anything. I have a good friendship basis through academia, and I have a good nightlife that I can go to on a nighttime and have some fun. So I did my first placement in my first year on Ward 15 Urology at Castle Hill, and that was my first kind of ward setting. And then I did a placement at the end of my first year at Castle Hill Endoscopy. Both of those were 6 weeks long. And then on the first half of my second year, I did a 7-week-long placement in a GP surgery. When I qualify, I'm actually going to go on to do further studies part-time into midwifery, and I would love to go back to one of the placements I've already had to work because money is good. And it's a lot easier to go back and integrate yourself into a system which you already kind of know. It's where you know the people, you know where things are, you kind of know how things work, as opposed to going fresh into somewhere else where you're going to have to start from scratch again. When you're a newly qualified nurse, you're pretty much still a student because there's still a lot to learn. So everyone always says go somewhere where you've already had a placement, and then you at least know kind of where things are and how things work. For nightlife, there's Piper down Newland Avenue. That's big on a Monday night. If you're out on a Wednesday night, you want to go to Asylum, which is the student nightclub just behind us on campus. Or if you're going out on the weekend, you're going to go to Attic, which used to be Sugar Mill, which is down in the city center. And that's the only places we go. If you're a bit crazy, you go to Welly on a Thursday. But I'm always in on a Friday morning, so I'm in bed. If I'm in England, everyone knows where I mean when I say I go to Hull. If I go home, people are like, oh, where in London are you studying? And I'm like, I don't study anywhere near London. But I've had family members, when I first said I was going to come to visit Hull, they were like, oh, why would you go to Hull? And then my mom and I came, and we're like, why are people saying this? The old buildings in the city center, and there's the sea, and it's a real hidden gem because there is so much culture to it that people don't really know about.